Welcome to B Squared! I'm Valeria Torres Landa.
And I'm Valeria Isla.
And we're happy to be with you today.
Today, we're celebrating that we've reached 10,000 subscribers.
Thank you for your support and your affection.
We love you all! As you already know, or if you don't, our channel is based on helping you with school, which is really important to all of us.
Especially English.
We're paying our attention towards the English class. So here in our channel you can find videos about English topics, English language, written tasks, IB rubrics, or any kind of material we can provide to you in order to help you to be better and to develop better at school.
So this is your side.
Your side, remember that? If you have any questions or doubts, you can leave it below in the comment section and we will try to answer it back to you as quickly as we can. As you know, and probably have seen, these past few weeks we've been talking about language. On our last video, we will leave it on this corner in case you haven't seen it. We talked about language and power, and we discussed how words were used in propaganda to promote war with the goal of increasing nationalism. Today we will talk about something a bit more interesting and positive than war and propaganda and manipulation. Today we will talk about something related to all of us and that affect us daily, and we need to learn how to use it, how to be in contact with it, how to overcome these aspects of language.
Today, we'll focus on something that is present in our daily life, coexists with us, and even is inside us. Language and gender.
Before we start with today's video, we would like you to know where the inspiration for this video came from. Our inspiration was a campaign named You Don't Say, that is a collaboration between Think Before You Talk campaign and the Blue Devils at Duke University. So basically, the campaign You Don't Say has the goal of encouraging people to think before speaking, as their words can have negative implications that were never intended in the first place to those around us, such as men or women. We use this campaign as our goal, as our motivation and inspiration, because we were really interested in their main goal and how people uses language. This language is shaped by its culture or context, and it also affects society. So it is kind of a cycle in which society shapes the way language is used through some stereotypes and role ideas, and how these ideas also affect the society that established them since the beginning. So it's kind of a vicious cycle that never ends, and it's constantly in use. Society establishes stereotypes and role-related ideas or roles that shapes language, and also this language affects society by excluding some part of it, like men or women. So this campaign is basically trying to eradicate the idea of exclusive language through spreading inspirational posters and images through social media. I don't say man up because strength is not defined by sex or gender. This image from the campaign is basically saying that the phrase man up refers to men as powerful. What this campaign is trying to do through this image is basically trying to eliminate the idea that gender is related to power. I don't say B word because it carries centuries of oppression towards women. This image portrays how women have been affected by the use of language since many centuries ago, because of the ideals society had about them. Not only ideals, but also stereotypes that led society to see women as a weaker sex, as the inferior gender. All these examples of the campaign You Don't Say are just ways of showing you, our viewers, how language is shaped by culture, because culture and context have always seen women as the inferior sex, and not only women but also men in many cases.
Nowadays, sadly, sexism is still alive and is present in the way we express ourselves through words because of the definition we as a society have given to some words and phrases. If you didn't know, sexism is the discrimination based on sex. It can be behavior, language, stereotypes, conditions, or any social roles based on sex.
Now I've got a question for you. Have you ever thought about how language, exclusive language, affects women? Probably not, because you probably don't even notice when you use it. Exclusive language involves the speaking of words that exclude or reject a group of society. Exclusive language includes discriminating someone, making them feel less or not valued due to their religion, gender, education, or any disability.
In our daily lives, women are excluded by the use of language, as Winston mentions. In our daily life, women are constantly excluded by our language. As Winston mentions in his speech at Stanford, women are exposed to a world ruled by men since many years ago because of how culture has shaped language. Even though we are unconscious about the harm these words can cause in society, it is important for us to highlight the situation women are exposed to daily.
In case you haven't seen Winchester's speech, we will show you a part of it for you to understand what we're talking about in this video specifically.
Sexism is still alive and well. Indeed, it's living in our language. Now, I'm not talking about words that were designed to denigrate women. Bitch, whore, slut. I'm talking about seemingly innocent words, words that we hear every day. Perhaps we even speak them. Mankind, man-made, or popular here at Stanford, chairman, fellow. Male-centered words are everywhere. We're taught that all men are created equal. We man tables and use our manpower to elect congressmen who rule in man-made institutions. Oh man!
Now you have 5 questions to think about professions. Now you have 5 seconds to think about professions. Did you think about firemen or firewoman? About policemen or policewoman? Or about chairman or chairwoman? This is a clear example of how society segregates women through the use of language, as Winchester mentions. Society creates certain stereotypes using language that establish the role of men and women in society related to their professions, of course, as we saw in the example you just thought about. Men are related to words or phrases that mean power, strength, while women are related to weakness and inferiority. Us not being conscious about the impact our words have on certain part of society, either women or men, have its base on how we were raised as kids. For example, I have a question to you boys. How many times did your mother tell us not to cry because it wasn't proper for a boy to cry? Crying only was for girls.
Or girls, how many times does your mother told you not to play with cars, like with the little toys, because you were a woman?
And you needed to play with only dolls and Barbies. All this kind of stuff and little details are implemented in our minds since we are little. So when we're growing up, we grow obviously with these ideas and it later becomes something even worse to the point that women are excluded and segregated by some of our words.
Since little, we have been exposed to certain situations that shape our ideology and that lead us to the formation of certain ideas of how women and men should behave and what they should do for a living. Through movies, series, or even characters we watch as kids, companies create stereotypes and makes children to believe it. DreamWorks, Disney, and other cinematographic companies that have direct company contact with children are the ones in charge to start the formation of these ideas in our heads.
As these movie characters are portrayed as idols or role models for children, they all grow up wishing to be like them. Now, you girls, tell me that you never wanted to be like Disney princesses, that you never wanted to be rescued by your prince or even to act like them. Tell me you never wished to talk like them. Super sweet, polite, and kind. And now, boys, tell me you didn't want it to be like a superhero, strong, powerful, and save the world?
These aspirations and these ideas are created especially because of the language these companies, especially Disney in this example, uses and make us want it to be like these characters. No?
So basically, the way these companies manage the use of language is by the portrayal of their characters and their personality and character. For example, a princess is supposed to act sweet and delicate, so her language will be sweet and delicate. On the other hand, a character a bit more tough or a man, for example, I don't know, Peter Pan or the Three Musketeers, they need to be strong because of their role in the movie. They fight with swords. They have all these aspects that make them to be seen as powerful. So they
and
need
to be
to talk
aspirational
powerful too.
Not
Exactly.
to like make these children wanted to be like them and
Exactly.
want to
And this-
act like them, and this
is also made by the language used by them. For example, if they need to portray themselves as powerful and strong, they need to have certain words that make people see them like that.
and these words start excluding women.
Because they, as men, are the ones in power.
All these ideas are portrayed in the way language is used by all of us daily. We grow up being in contact with them, and for that reason it is normal for us to find words that not include women without our consent. For you to understand this idea better, we will show you a really simple example that is the Disney film Inside Out.
For you who haven't seen the movie, it is basically about a girl and her emotions. Through the use of characters for each emotion, the movie transmits how the girl must think or act due to stereotypes. These characters are some men and some women, which portrays the way each gender must talk in order to fulfill its stereotype or ideal.
Something is definitely going on.
She's never acted like this before. What should we do? We're gonna find out what's happening, but we'll need support. Signal the husband. Ahem.
As we saw in this part of the movie, women are seen and exposed as dependent on men.
What?
First of all, women emotions question everything it was happening around them. And also, they weren't able to figure it out and act by themselves. They needed the support of the husband. Sadness says, we will find out what's happening. We'll need support. Signal the husband. Due to her words, it can be inferred that she couldn't do it alone and that the husband had the power, which portrayed women as weak.
With a nice pass over to Reed, comes across that right.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
What? Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Is it garbage night? We left the toilet seat up. What? What is it, woman? What?
No one's listening? Really? Only because she's a woman, he didn't pay attention to her? And this is what children are exposed to? What?
He's making that stupid face again.
I could strangle him right now.
Signal him again.
Ah, so, Riley, how was school?
Gotta be kidding me.
For this, we gave up that Brazilian helicopter pilot?
Did you notice how women's emotions complain a lot about her husband's reaction, but never say something about it or expresses what she really thinks? Here we can see the idea of women being oppressed, and once again, the power man has over them by being the one who actually speaks to Riley and take action.
Boo! I'll be Joy.
School was great, all right?
Riley, is everything okay?
Sir, she just rolled her eyes at us.
What is her deal? All right, make a show of force. I don't want to have to put the foot down.
No, not the foot.
Riley, I do not like this new attitude.
Oh, I'll show you attitude. No. Stay happy!
What is your problem? Just leave me alone.
Sir, reporting high levels of sass.
Take it to DEFCON 2.
You heard that, gentlemen? DEFCON 2.
Listen, young lady, I don't know where this disrespectful attitude came from.
You want a piece of this, Pops? Come and get it!
Yeah, well...
Here it comes. Prepare the foot.
Keys to safety position. Ready to launch on your command, sir.
Just shut up!
Fire!
That's it. Go to your room. Now.
Even in Riley's emotion, man dominance is shown because the red character, Anger, is the only one who takes action and decides who to respond to her father. And in the other side, Dad's emotion shows this power because of the words waiting on your command, sir. Yes.
Waiting on lunch, your command, sir. As we saw in today's video, language always has a double meaning with the purpose of transmitting certain ideas and stereotypes that affects gender. The next time you watch either a Disney movie or use exclusive language, think it twice, because someone is being affected by your words.
Your words.
Your words.
We know that we all love Disney princesses, characters.
Frozen, Peter Pan, Pinocchio.
Yeah, but we want you to have conscious of the impact that these companies create, making these stereotypes and making these, giving these ideas to the kids.
Yes, because even though now that we are grown up and everything, we rarely realize how these companies are really portraying men or women on their movies.
I think we didn't even notice that the way they are doing it, because we're used to it since a really young age. But just have conscious on this whenever you watch it or you put it to your children.
Yes, because basically we're used to having women or female characters in movies talking sweet, polite, and nicely to other characters, and men characters being a little more rough and tough in their way of talking and speaking, which doesn't let us realize the importance and the impact their words have on our children, and how these children grow up, and how the ideas of these children evolve to become exclusive language.
Next week, we'll be talking about language and taboo, and we're sure you're excited about it. Please like our video and share with your friends, family, or anyone you know, and leave your comments below.
See you next week. Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you.